For well over a decade, Xavier Cortdada has been using his art to raise awareness of the impact of climate change here in Miami. His current focus is to shine a light on what happens when salt water enters Miami's fresh water supply, a process known as saltwater intrusion.
I do believe that little by little, as saltwater intrusion comes into our aquifer, we're going to have a more difficult future here in Miami-Dade County.
Cortdada's latest art installation is trying to raise awareness about saltwater intrusion by planting mangrove seedlings in plastic cups, which then can be planted and will be able to survive when groundwater becomes more salty.
I try to make the invisible visible, and I'm literally asking you to plant salt-tolerant trees to eventually replace the canopy that is freshwater loving and not salt tolerant that will die as the salt water comes in.
The director of Cortdada Projects, Adam Roberti, said Cortdada's work is trying to change how people think of saltwater intrusion.
Some people think of sea level rise as it coming from the beach. They don't necessarily think about the impacts that will come from the sea level coming straight up from beneath us.
John Kamenowski said the idea of saltwater intrusion into Miami-Dade's fresh water supply is hard for people to grasp because it is not a visible threat.
That it's hard for people to believe that we would have a deficit of drinking water when it's always raining.
However, in coming years, Miami-Dade residents are going to have to start taking notice because according to Kamenowski, the threat of sea level rise is accelerating, which will exacerbate saltwater intrusion.
It used to be that sea level rise was around 2 to 3 millimeters a year. And in the last decade, it's gone up to 9 to 16 millimeters per year, which is alarming.
Cortdada hopes that his art will spark a conversation around the issue of climate change here in Miami. He also hopes to inspire Miami-Dade County residents to take action and vote people into office who are going to address the issue of saltwater intrusion. This is Imogen Francis reporting for South Florida Media Network.